Hi, Janelle, it's Albert. Can you, I'm going to try to unmute you.
Okay.
Okay,
Hi.
Janelle?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Can you hear?
You get the award
I'm
for
in the
being
car.
first.
Oh, okay. I'm in the car. I couldn't see anybody. I'm like, wait, am I in the meeting or not?
No, you're in. I just don't know how, there's supposed to be 7 or 8 coming in, but I have no idea, given you guys are crazy busy down there, huh? Or up there.
Yeah, I just came from a showing and I'm like, let me just pull over and log in.
So if you gotta go or it's dangerous, I could do this later on with you, a one-on-one if you want.
No, I'm sitting in the parking lot. That's fine.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm gonna eat some lunch anyway. Am I on video or?
No, I don't see you, just in a black box.
Oh, okay. All right.
So if you spill some lunch on you, we won't see it. Don't worry.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Just trying to prop up my phone somewhere. Let's see. My car is my office anyway, so.
Can you see the slides changing now?
Yes.
Okay. Are you on a laptop or an iPhone?
I'm just on my, it's an Android.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, if nobody shows up, we're gonna get started in 1 minute. I know that,
Okay.
Teresa Ryan's coming in. She's been using our stuff for about 3 or 4 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm fairly new at Realty One, so I don't know her.
Oh, okay. Where were you before this?
Higgins Group.
Okay, yeah, an independent up there in Connecticut, yeah. So how long are you with ROG?
I think I switched over March.
March, okay.
Yeah, March. Yep.
Okay, Chris is logging in. You there, Chris? You're still on mute?
Yep, I'm here.
There you are. Good morning or good afternoon or whatever.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Janelle's on the line.
What's up, Janelle?
Hi, Chris.
She's having lunch in a parking lot somewhere, is all I know.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
So I don't know, Chris, as I told Janelle, I don't know how many you're going to show here. So if nobody else comes in a minute, we're going to get going.
Yeah, and then you're recording this, though, right? I could post it on my Facebook page then, so they just can watch it.
Let me make sure I am. Let me see. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I know Teresa Ryan's coming in because she's having some great success with her program, and
She's coming in.
we got about 1,800, I think, in her database.
Nice. I got one of our new agents here, Jeff Saganos, too, so he's watching with me.
Oh, okay. So you have it on the big screen in your conference room, or?
No, just on my laptop, right? We're in the
okay.
cafe.
All right. All right, well, I'm going to get going here anyway. If anybody comes in, they can consume themselves being late. Okay, good morning, everybody. My name is Albert Clark. I'm down in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and I'm going to show you a program here I've been working on for about 20 years, a little bit more than 20 years. And you'd say, well, what kind of program takes 20 years to build? Well, I built the first ever electronic newsletter for agents 20 years ago, a little more than 20 years, and I've been stuck in that business ever since. This is all I've done for 20 years, is help agents differentiate their service level, build top of mind awareness, because at the end of the day, I know, Chris, you've talked to all these agents. Hey, it's a numbers game. We all know real estate's a numbers game. The better your numbers, the better your compensation is going to be. So what we're all about here is asking agents, why can't they do the best possible job of staying in touch? Now, there's a stat that came out of NAR about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and it came up to a number called 13%. And that is 13% of consumers will reuse the same agent that they used for the last transaction. Yet 91% said they would. So when NAR went back and said, well, why didn't you use Chris? You said he was a great realtor. You did a great job on the last deal. You know what the responses were. never stayed in touch, sent me a happy anniversary card. We got divorced 3 years ago, asked me about the kids. We don't have any kids. All those awkward moments that you can sometimes come across. So what we found out is that agents, if they open up and admit it that they don't have a system or a content philosophy, and they need help doing that. So that's where we come in. We have about 450 ROG agents using our program right now. And I'm telling you that 9 out of 10 of them, and probably everybody on this call, doesn't have a clean, reliable current database. So what we're all about is going into all these locations and others for you, exporting all your contacts, cleaning them all up, and then showing you which ones are bad, duplicates, taking them out, et cetera, et cetera. So we're going to build a professional grade database for you, and then we're going to put it into the system. And then we call that system obviously a pipeline, and we're going to nurture it every 2 weeks with good content and widgets and things that they've never seen, and probably nor you. So we know what good content is. We send out about 5.5 million of these every month. So we know when somebody opens them, clicks them, shares, downloads, whatever. And then we're going to give you intelligence on what's going on inside of that database, because we know who's clicking on our predictive content. And predictive content we'll get to in a couple slides now. Chris, is everybody there using Sync?
No.
No, optionally they can do whatever they want, right?
Yep. Well, we have a different platform called Back at You.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm able to export out of that. And in July, we're going to be embedded in the back end of that too. So
Good.
contacts that get generated there can go over to Home Actions and get nurtured. All the Home Actions contacts that we're nurturing for you can get put back in that system. Okay, so that's coming down the pike. So after your database gets put in, we start delivering these newsletters every 2 weeks. Now, Chris is seeing these because we have a similar program for recruiting. Same format, just different content going out to a different target. On the left-hand side there, you'll see Tina's first article, What's Sold Down the Street. That's our most widely clicked article in the newsletter. And I'm going to go fast forward here for a couple slides and show you what this is. This is us going into your RPR account, Realtors Property Resource. Chris, everybody's got that, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. So, but many of them aren't using it because they don't have a delivery vehicle. So what we're asking the agents to do, like in the middle slide there, click on the blue buttons or click on your zip code, and up comes this really cool fresh market report with home sales from last night going back 3 months. This is, as fresh as the MLS data as you can get. So what we do is we get the agent what we call hyper local. And that's why consumers appreciate this and open it up more and more every time, because we're telling them what we're going to give them, resources to help them manage their home better. So let me go back here a little bit and I'll show you another example. Down the bottom, how's the market doing? We're going to pull up Teresa's monthly market report that she gets on her website in a couple seconds. So I just want to show you how we deliver the content. And more importantly, we're delivering what we call predictive content. So when somebody clicks on what's sold down the street, this is Teresa's newsletter that's going out to, I believe, 1,800 either today or tomorrow morning. Is she on yet? Let me see where she is. Somebody just came in. Who's that? Oh, Teresa, there you are. Teresa, can you hear me? You're on mute.
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, there you are. I didn't say anything bad about you yet.
Okay, great.
So as I was mentioning, the predictive content, this article here, what's sold down the street for when and for how much? That's somebody saying, hey, I think my house is worth more than that house that's sold down the street. But what's nice is Teresa gets alerts when people click on these types of articles. And so she can jump, she's got professional skills. She knows how to attack people. But what she's attacking them with something is a conversation starter, because she knows they're interested in finding out what home sales sold, what's home sold down the street. That second article down the bottom, we put that in last night. 7 out of 10 homeowning families have no idea how much equity they have in their home. Well, it's not their fault. They just know it's good, but they don't know how good. So when they open up that article, Teresa gets an automatic notification, and she should follow up with this consumer, this somebody that's in her database, because they're sort of self-selecting themselves by saying, hey, I need some help here. I read an article. Everybody else knows about their home equity. I don't. So again, these are what we call predictive articles. Another one on the right there would be with that blue skyline. Learn about your neighborhood. We're going to go into that shortly. That's our neighborhood 360 widget, which has information on 150 million street addresses. There aren't any more than that. Over on the far right, not so predictive, or meaning it's not going to be a great conversation starter, but what products were recalled this week by the Consumer Product Safety Commission? As you may know, 2 weeks ago, all the Peloton treadmills were recalled. Well, we got that and probably 25 other things that have been recalled. So we portray you as an advocate. We watch out for you. We watch out for your clients, prospects, and friends, yet it looks like it's all coming from you. True and false questions, we dispel myths. We all know that not everybody needs 20% down payment anymore. So I'll say to an agent, wouldn't you want to talk to 10 people that are looking for down payment money? And they go, yeah, well, here's 10 people that just opened up that article. We already went through that one. I can't find an agent yet that's been able to answer this question for me. How many people clicked on this monthly market report on your website yesterday? Chris, you want to surmise what the answer is?
What was that? Who clicked on it?
Yeah, how many people or who clicked on my monthly market report? There's no way for the agents to know.
Yeah,
And they have difficulty setting them up for the reports because they need the consumer zip code. And I know agents aren't good at collecting email addresses. They sure aren't good at collecting zip codes. So they can't put them in there. So what we do is we ask the agent to give us 8, 9, 10 zip codes, and we'll go in and pull these reports and we'll put them right on the system. Okay. Or we'll use your reports that you get out of your local realtors board, which are very nice. Teresa, I think you looked at this and then you looked at the other ones, and we're using the other ones now, right? The ones
Yeah,
from the
we've been
board?
using both. We have been using both, but I think the other one, I was amazed at how the one sheet per month, just gives you direct answers right away.
Mhm. The ones on the board.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're going to access, we're going to find out all the resources that you have, get them cleaned up, put them in the newsletter, push them out, and tell you when people open them up. That's the process here. And then it happens again and again every 2 weeks. This is not a once a month thing. This is not chicken pot pie recipes. This is not moving day tips like other realtors are throwing out there. This is hard-hitting, impactful information about home ownership, which encompasses real estate, but home ownership is so much bigger than real estate. Now, all the things I've showed you so far, you're going to say, well, why did you say they're exclusive or unique? Well, once we put your database in the system, for instance, Teresa's got, what, Teresa, 1,750 or something, 1,800?
I'm down. Well, I'm down to about 1,600 or 1,500.
Yeah, and your cancellation rates have stopped because everybody that would have unsubscribed already did. So
Pretty
that's why
much.
that number is so stable now. So email addresses, once we put them in the home action system for the agent, become exclusive. Nobody else can use them, okay? So if another Keller Williams agent down the street tried to get home actions and put in some of Teresa's contacts, it's not going to work because we have this email exclusivity. Now, if you're thinking about social media, we've got a great plan here. And I showed Teresa, did you put it on recently, Teresa, put one of your newsletters on social media?
I put bits and pieces of
Right.
parts of my newsletter.
Okay, we could show you obviously how to put your entire newsletter on social media or just a few articles. Takes but a couple seconds to do this. And we know that you don't have a lot of time these days, but in social media marketing is pretty important. So we're going to give you any of our 1,400 articles, and you could move them into the newsletter. You could put it on your blog. You can put it right into Facebook and LinkedIn or whatever. So there's a whole social media game plan built in here. We already went over this one, how we portray you as a homeowner advocate by having you watch out for dangerous products in the home. The fun part, and this is where Teresa and I have the most fun with our program, is that after the newsletter launches, we're going to tell her how many we sent, who opened them once, who opened them multiple times, what did they open, what did they click, where are my opportunities? So look at that middle red arrow there. 28 people wanted to know what's sold down the street. Right? And are they going to Zillow and not coming back to your website? Probably. We want to convince your clients, prospects, and friends to do all their research in front of you, in front of your newsletter, and in front of your website. Okay, so we know what they got and when they got it, and we could use that as lead generation stuff. Because some of these are the best lead generation sources you're going to get when somebody says, "Can you tell me what my house is worth?" Or my grandmother's house in Kansas City. Well, yeah, we sure can. Okay, so as I mentioned before about Zillow, these are the reasons why people run to Zillow and never come back to the agent's website. So what we did was we went out and grabbed all this data and we built a widget called the Neighborhood 360. And this has information on 150 million street addresses. There aren't any more than that, than 150 million. And we know everything about what's in the neighborhoods within 2 to 3 miles around this location. So what we've got is a cool, easy to print PDF version if you want to report on every neighborhood in the country, built right into your newsletter. So let's assume that you just typed in 123 Main Street. So we're going to come up with information about the home, the physical structure, recent sales that sold by that location. We're going to do the rent versus own analysis, tax impact, recent real estate tax bill percentages that most people pay, cost of living information. We know moving to Connecticut's pretty expensive if you're from Scranton, Pennsylvania, right? But how expensive? We can click on the blue button here and do all sorts of comparisons on overall cost to move to live in A versus B. Okay, income levels in the neighborhood. Then we get into all the schools. We don't tell them what schools they're going to go to. We just tell them where the schools are. They click on these blue buttons to see which one they'll go to, because you want to stay out of that fair housing issue. Then we have our Yelp inspired section here called neighborhood amenities. It used to be when somebody would ask you, when you were at an open house, they'd say, this is a nice house. How's the neighborhood? Today, what they're doing is they're saying, hey, we've been looking at neighborhoods and we want to look for some houses in that neighborhood. So they've switched it the way they've been doing their research. So neighborhood amenities are very important these days. So where are we going to go for happy hour on Friday? Where are we going to go for fine dining? Where, what new stores just opened up? What stores are within 2 to 3 miles of that physical structure? Everybody's got to be a pet-friendly realtor these days, right? Because you can't say you don't like pets because half your clients have pets. So you know where all the Petco stores are, the dog walkers, the animal hospitals. You care so much about animals. Again, I don't care if you do or don't, it looks like you do, which is okay. And you'll notice all these locations are within 3 to 4 miles away from that house. It could be their house. It could be grandma's house in Kansas City. It could be one of your listings. Okay. We want to give them all the information they can get about that, but we want it coming inside of your properties, in your newsletter and in your website. So if they want to, if they're in the physical fitness and want to work out, we know where all the gyms are. Where are we going to get our tattoos removed, our hair done, toenails done, et cetera, et cetera. Again, you'll notice with Yelp reviews, all within 2 or 3 miles of that house. Now, what I want to do is, for those who are new on the call here, I want to challenge you with this widget. So I'd like you to send me, that's my text number, send me an address anywhere in the country. And when we're done here, I'll send you back this really colorful report. And you're going to say, hey, this is pretty cool, because there isn't anything like it on social media. And there certainly isn't anything in it like it that your consumers are getting from their realtor, because your consumers can only get this from you, right? Because that email address is locked up. So send me a text if you want one of these colorful reports. After the neighborhood widget is after the neighborhood 360 widget is our neighborhood navigator. This is a widget that says, hey, can you tell me what my house is worth? So what your readers do is they type in an address, any address in the country. We're going to give them a value range. Over on the right, they have to answer why they want the report. And then an email goes to the agent saying, so-and-so is looking for the value of his house, 123 Main Street. We told him it was worth 100 grand, or value range between 100 and 125, whatever it is. And the agent gets to, of course, jump on this opportunity, because as Teresa can attest, I'm all about creating conversation starters, a reason to pick up the phone or fire off an email to these people when you know what they've just been engaging with, right? So if somebody's going to ask you, hey, what's the value of my home? Gee, maybe they're trying to sell. Maybe they're just downsizing. I don't know. But I'm giving you this information because they want to know everything they can. They're doing most of the research themselves. And remember, you're in their house every 2 weeks, right? Every 2 weeks, we're dropping your Home Actions newsletter. So there's always content in there. You don't ever have to set up in any content, play with it. It could be set it and forget it. Or like Teresa does, calls me every 2 weeks, said, Al, let's put this in, let's put that in. But we could also bring in your listings, your just solds, your open houses, your Angie's list, your roofer, your plumber, your contractors. Teresa's going to start giving us some small businesses now. We're going to build a small business mom and pop directory, if you will, for her area. It's always good to help small businesses, recover from the Corona crisis. So that's what we call the neighborhood navigator. If you have one of these on your website, a home price valuation tool, whatever, you don't have to use ours. We could use yours. Okay. So this is testimonial came in the other day. This is from Cheryl in Oregon. Yeah, that's right. 503. I've been hearing from people that I've not heard from in years. And I asked her that. I said, well, why, if these were past clients, why haven't you reached out to them? And her question was, well, what would I send them? What would I say? And then now, of course, she knows what to send and when to say it and how to say it because she's using our system. But that's the crux of the idea here is stay in touch with everybody. They may not be buying or selling right now. They may be in 5 years, but they're a great referral source, right? Because you're firing up all this information to them every 2 weeks. They've never seen it before in one spot. We've got it all in one spot for you. So at the end of the day, we know what to send. We know how to send it. We know how to create conversation starters. And we know how to lock in this exclusive value for you because everything I showed you, no one else can get once they're in your database. Okay. A competing agent will not be able to poach your database with their home actions. And because Chris has got our recruiting version, we're not even going to Keller Williams, Coldwell Banker, or anybody else up there to sell home actions. You guys got a couple of months before we actually can do that. But I have no need to come, drive up there in 2 weeks and, go to the Keller Williams office. 80% of my business right now is Realty One Group, agents and owners. Okay. And I don't want that to change. So as I said, we've got about 425. We'll have 450 Realty One agents by the end of the week on our platform. And I'm telling you, 9 out of 10 of them didn't have a clean, reliable, current database. Chris, also Susan Hotchkiss, she didn't have a database. We found content, I believe, in 7 different places for her. And the idea again is if agents aren't organized, you're not going to be using CRMs well. You're not going to be being able to do any of the new things that Realty One Group is coming out with. So the idea here is, trust me, I've been doing this for 20 years. Our system works. If it didn't work, we wouldn't be on this call now because we're an ROG preferred vendor. So what we do is we ask you to hire my entire staff of about 27 and outsource your communications needs. So what I'm going to do now is tell you how these subscription plans work. Between Chris and myself, we were able to drop that $99. We got rid of the $99, AKA taken care of. So we'd ask you to join under one of 2 plans. The monthly plan has an entry fee of $60 per month, and it's $60 for every month that you want to stay with us. No contracts, canceled anytime. In the first month, get your money back. Okay, so $60 to start, $60 for many months as you want. What most agents do is they start at $60 and then they move to our quarterly plan, which saves them about $7 a month more.
Or like me, went to the yearly plan.
Oh, that's right. Teresa backed us up and went with the yearly plan, just renewed for another year, or for the next 12 months. So the idea, out-of-pocket cost is $60, but it's totally refundable if you don't like what we have. If you do like what we have, you could stay at $60 per month or say, Al, I want to move over to the $160 and then save even more money. And then when you go on an annual plan, we've got some more money you could save on that one too. So again, you can cancel anytime. There's no difficulty in getting out of this. We're not going to charge your credit card if you don't want us to. So after $60, there's not a nickel more we're asking you to spend until you're confident this is going to work for you. And I'm going to take you under my wing to make sure it works for you, because I don't need you going back to Chris saying, hey, the guy from Scranton ripped us off. That doesn't happen, or we wouldn't be on this call now. So what I can do is, if you want to text me, I'll send you an order form. We could start building your database this afternoon. I've got 2 more ROG calls this afternoon, but between this afternoon and tonight, we can go into your Gmail, your whatever CRM you're using, MLS, your iCloud, your phone backup, wherever you have contacts, Comcast, Xfinity, we get them out. Our motto around here is if we could see them, we can get them. And that means we're going to have a very well protected database for you. So let's have some questions about the program, about the subscription fees, or anything else you guys want. We're all down to a whopping 5 people on the call. Anybody have any questions?
No, I think it's a great way to get your face out there, for the amount of money. It's hitting a lot of
Consistently,
people.
too.
I'm sorry, Chris, you say something?
I say consistently as well, and it's something that you don't have to create yourself. I mean, this is something that, you know, you guys put it all together. I mean, I know Teresa, I've worked with her, and she just, you know, says, hey, listen, I need this in there. You guys have put it in there for her. So
Yeah,
it's definitely worth the money, especially because of our platform. I'm going to put something together to show you guys, but man, when you're making 100% and you're making extra money and you're putting this extra money in your pocket, it's not going to the brokerage, it's going to you. How can you reinvest it into your business? You know, putting into a platform like this, where, you know, if you spend $600 for the year and you're getting in front of 17, whether it's 1,000, whether it's 2,000 of your personal sphere of influences every single month.
No, that's every 2 weeks. Teresa's
2
got
weeks.
1,700
Yes,
every 2 weeks going out.
Every 2 weeks. I mean, what's that the return on that has to be much more than what you're spending. So it really is. I mean, again, you make an extra commission of, say, $2,500 in one commission because of our platform, and you're taking some of that money at the end of the year, you're putting it into a marketing account, and you spend it on something like this, where you're paying either, whether it's $6 a month or whether it's, like I said, $600 for the year. That's minimal to the presence you are going to be having with your clients. And then, you know, I'll go to some of the other platforms you can jump into as well. It's such a benefit for you guys.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for saying that, Chris. Janelle, do you have any other questions?
I don't think so. I think you covered everything. So it's always every 2 weeks, or do you?
It can go monthly. We cut you a little price change, but trust me, we've been doing, as I mentioned, I've been doing this for 20 years. I used to do monthly newsletters, and then we switched and we really got into the psyche of consumers' minds. And we asked them, you know, seeing that this is all new content every 2 weeks, do you mind getting it every 2 weeks? And they said,
I
no,
see.
because it's all new content. Now, if you have something else going out to your client base every, you know, once a month, maybe you think ours every 2 weeks would be too much. So we could figure out a schedule. But you could really send our stuff every 3 weeks if you want. You control the clock.
Okay.
So you might want to do every 2 weeks and then maybe once a month to try it out. We're doing some stuff now, experimenting with Teresa's newsletter to get some more opens. We're changing around the calendar when we're launching, things like that. So, and we'll share with you what we find. So that is, if that's something you're worried about, I got to lay your fears that every 2 weeks is too much.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering if it was too much.
Yeah, and because we used to do you know, focus group work with the consumers, and we, you know, that we're getting our newsletter once a month. This is going back 6 years ago, 7 years ago, and then we cut it over, and of course it's twice as many impressions, but it adds up to just generally more value, more top of mind awareness. Because if you send somebody something once a month, that's just not making the cut when it comes to that awareness.
just to let you know, I have two mortgage companies that actually email me every week. So, I mean, every other week is not as bad as every week.
Yeah, but they're sending you market rates, right? And things, interest rates, you know, that's sometimes timely and
Just
critical.
how the market's done.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean,
Yeah. Okay, Janelle, or Janelle, yeah, Janelle. Any other questions?
No, I don't think so.
Do you think $60 is a good value?
I think so.
Well, if it's not, we're
So
gonna
when you
give your $60 back. But what I'm saying is, and you're brand new, right?
I'm pretty new. I'm one of the newer agents, I would say. Yeah.
Why don't I knock it down from 60 to 50 a month? And that just saved you $10 times 12, that just saved you 120.
Okay, yeah.
May help you decide. I don't know, but
So let me, quick question. When you organize, so what do? You have to have access to like all of like my email accounts?
well, yeah,
and
what
then
I'll do is
go
have you
over-
log into let's just say, for example, Gmail. Most of clients' database comes from Gmail. So I'll show you what buttons to click. And if you can't click them, or it's not easy for you to do, I'll do it myself. But we log
Okay.
in to locate, you know, everybody's Gmail and MLS and RPR and CRMs all day. Because
Okay,
if we
and
don't
then
do it,
once
it
you
doesn't
do
get done.
that,
Pardon me?
once you do that, then so then you put it all in a database that,
Yeah. And then we
and-
give it back to you so you can scrub it one more time.
oh, take out people that shouldn't be in there and stuff like
Correct.
that.
Other agents,
Okay.
whatever you want. It's your database. You just tell me, nothing goes in the database without you approving it.
Is this basically, I guess I'm just trying to wonder, is it sort of like a CRM where you're storing everybody in there?
No, we're not gonna tell you it's Betty Jane's birthday. And we're not gonna tell
Okay.
you that Tommy's looking at 3 bedrooms instead of 4 bedrooms. That's for a
Okay,
CRM.
it's
We
just
didn't
the
want to be
names.
we didn't want to be a true CRM.
So just the names and contact emails, that's it?
Yeah, all we need is names and contact. We don't need shoe size or
Gotcha.
birthdays or anything else.
Okay,
And then once that database goes in, then you and I talk about content for your first launch. We're gonna put in some cool reports from well, here, let me, while you're still there, I'm gonna pull up Teresa's live newsletter now. And I'll show you how we put in her, the local, yeah, here they are. These are reports that
Did
we
this one
went
go out
into.
already?
Pardon me?
Did this go out?
No, yours didn't go out yet, no. I sent you an email about that. The RPR code screwed up last night.
Okay.
But we got it fixed now, so we've got options. I'll call you after this. I believe she gave me, 8 or 10 zip codes, and then we went in, pulled this report, and she likes this report over the other one. This is all one page, and it gets updated once a month, and every time somebody hits it, it pulls the freshest content. So we're all about getting, of course, hyper local. If she was just sending out chicken pot pie recipes, this wouldn't work. You have to
Okay.
get what in people's minds with information that helps them manage what they have now. That's what we promise you.
okay.
Okay?
Yeah, sign me up.
All right, I'll give you a call right after this and we could just do it over the phone, all right?
Okay,
All right, I don't have your phone number. What is your phone number, please?
203-927-4729.
All right, and then we could ask some more questions on the phone if you want, or what'll happen is you'll get a receipt in about an hour for what you're gonna purchase for the plan. And then tomorrow morning, you'll get a second email. Hey, we built your dashboard. Here's your password. Give me a call. And that's when we'll start building your database.
Okay,
Okay? So I'll give you a call in
Okay.
just a couple of minutes. Chris, you got any questions?
Okay.
No, I think you pretty much covered it all. I think I'm emailing you right now. I just want to change the subject line to my newsletter that goes out.
Yeah, okay.
So that's really about it. So I'll email you that, and but I'm glad that you're doing it. I think it's gonna be good for you.
Yeah.
Thank
And I'll
Yeah.
send you a copy of this and you can send it to your team, right?
Yes, send this out to me, a recording, and I'll put it on a Facebook page, and hopefully we can get some more agents on it. Because not just that, guys, they really will help you put together your database, which is so important.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the lifeline of your business.
that's what we sleep, eat and breathe every day here. Okay, Teresa, you okay?
I'm good. I'm
All
good.
right,
We can talk later.
Yeah, I'll give you a call later. I know you're busy this afternoon.
Crazy.
All right.
crazy.
Well, Chris, thanks for setting this up and we'll see everybody later on.
I appreciate it. Thank you,
Perfect.
Albert.
Thank
Okay,
you.
bye-bye.
thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.